Hello, this is Professor Afrikadzata Deku, and I'm speaking to you from Spartanburg, South Carolina. And I'm here to present to you, for your enjoyment, some of my Africa centricity poems. And the title of this one is called, I Am Konti-Afrikan. Konti-Afrikan. That's somebody from the continent of Africa, which is from all diasporas, all the continental Africans. We are all from the continent. So automatically we are all Africans, not black, not Caribbean, not Nigerian, not South African, not Bahamas, not Papua New Guinea. We are all Africans from the same motherland. Okay, I am a continental African. I am continental African because I come from continental Africa. I am Konti-Afrikan because the noble blood of Mother Continental Africa flows royally through my royal continental African veins. I am Konti-Afrikan because I am conscious of the limitless power and benefits of all my continental African roots and identity. I am Konti-Afrikan because I have a free continental African mentality. I am Konti-Afrikan because I see the world with continental African eyes. I am Konti-Afrikan because I am in tune with the mighty continental African divine energy within me. As a conscious continental African, I believe in a continental African philosophy of oneness of all lives. As a awoken Konti-Afrikan, I practice continental African philosophy of wisdom and not I, me, myself, ways of life. As a committed continental African, I believe in a continental African way of living based on love and sharing and not accumulation of what belongs to all by right. I am Konti-Afrikan because I have a continental African perspective in life. I am Konti-Afrikan because I have one continental African vision of the world. I am Konti-Afrikan because I believe continental Africa is my home and motherland. I am Konti-Afrikan because I look continental African. I am Konti-Afrikan because I live the continental African way of life. I am Konti-Afrikan because I think continental African. I am Konti-Afrikan because I dress continental African. I am continental African because I eat continental African food the continental African way. I am Konti-Afrikan because I speak continental African language with pride and dignity. I am Konti-Afrikan because I bear continental African name for life. As a selfless Konti-Afrikan, I believe in continental African cooperation and not competition among brothers and sisters of Mother Earth. As honest Konti-Afrikan, I believe in the continental African way of supporting one another in continental African solidarity and not pulling one another down in isolation, in self-ignorance. As a sincere Konti-Afrikan, I support the creation of one continental African nation of love, justice, and equality for all lives. As a visionary Konti-Afrikan, I believe in the continental African spirit of rendering service rather than making profit on one another. As Konti-African being of truth, I work for the humanization and not robotization of human lives on earth. As a courageous Konti-Afrikan, I am free from all chains of lies and self-ignorance that limit me. As determined Konti-Afrikan, I claim my continental African right to fly and not crawl in life as a continental African eagle of hope and believer in the continental African vision of one for all and all for one. I am Konti-Afrikan because I have a goal in continental African skin to be proud of. I am Konti-Afrikan because my continental African religion is Africanity. I am Konti-Afrikan because my focus in life is continental Africa. Now and therefore, in the name of our Creator, Africa Mau, through our continental African saints and our holy African spirit within us, the faith of 1 billion continental Africans the world over is our mighty continental African army, which is destined to bring about our long-awaited and long-overdue Africa-centric continental African rebirth, awakening, justice, love, service, security, happiness, pride, and dignity for us all. Thank you.